Hi everyone, welcome to Lease Stitch. Today is Sunday the 14th of January and it has been months and I'm really sorry. I keep meaning to do a video and something would just happen, but I figured this could be a 20 late WIP parade for the start of the year and also general catch up. I'm not going to do haul though because I have been still buying the last few months and that would just be insane to show you guys everything like that. First of all, I guess I just hope you all had a wonderful Christmas or wonderful holidays. I had a very quiet one. My husband came home. We were meant to have Christmas here at my place. My husband's and my side of the family come here for Christmas. My husband on Saturday the 23rd of December, he tested positive for COVID. So Christmas was cancelled at our place. I'm not going to get into the details, but my dad has melanoma, cancers and tumours all through the brain, so wasn't going to let him, or my mum who takes care of him, anywhere near us, near our house. And my in-laws, my husband's younger brother suffers from, he's severely brain damaged, has cerebral palsy. He can't sit up, he can't talk, he gets tube fed, so so Christmas was pretty much effectively cancelled. My sister went round to my parents' place instead and they just watched Christmas movies, sappy Christmas movies apparently. We had a very quiet Christmas here with the kids. It was kind of weird though because no kissing and cuddling, I tested positive on Christmas Day for COVID, but the kids did not get COVID at all. So they are still all good. Where it just meant so there was no kissing, no cuddling or anything like that, kind of a bit of a distance all through Christmas. Was very tired though. Your brain just goes into this brain fog. I was hoping to get all this stitching done over the Christmas break, and no, it's your brain I can't explain it. It's like you literally go to the brain dive. I'd be sitting in my chair and I'd have my cross stitching my lap and 2 hours go past and I'd look down and I haven't stitched anything. It was just really weird. It was horrible. But anyway, so that's done. But I have been stitching. I will start the WIP parade. I will go through, I've got 25 WIPs. Theoretically, we'll double check that. That might turn out more as I go through that, but I'm pretty sure it's only about 25. I'm not going to do WIP Go this year because I have all the best intentions every year and it seems like I do alright for the first part and then I drop off and yeah, so it never really seems to work out. So, but what I'm going to do is I've got my finishes here, so I might go through my finishes first and then I'll go through my WIPs. But part of what I was working on this year was getting my oldest WIPs done first. So I've got select 9 focus pieces out of those periods, and my idea was that my big one, my Heaven and Earth Designs big one, my super size, that's going to be a focus piece until it's done. So there's that one, which it is also my oldest WIP, so yeah, kind of fits in there now anyway. And then my oldest WIP is always going to be a on a focus piece. Now it's actually not my oldest WIP, the one I'm working on. I honestly thought it was. I'd psyched myself up for it. I'd worked it out, planned it out, and then I looked in my book and I'd started it on the 25th of April 2017 and I'd actually started another one before it on the 14th of March 2017. I'm like, no, sorry, I've already psyched myself up for it. That's the one I'm going to work on this year. So, but I'll work on the other one next year, so it doesn't really matter. But I guess we're going to look at the finishes first. So, these would be, I'd have to look down when I finish these. This one got finished after Christmas. It's Dimensions, Soul Music. This one would be about, I remember working on this one on the train, traveling on the train to the city when I worked for Explore Holidays. So we're looking about, I was definitely going past Parramatta. So yeah, Explore Holidays. So I'm thinking 20, 18, 19, 20 years ago. And finally got finished. It's just worked on the kit fabric. Would assume about it. Could be a 16 count. Let's say a 16 count Ada. And it's finally finished. It was mostly done. I had just this woof. So this woof wasn't done. So the floor wasn't done. This woof wasn't done, and none of the back stitching was done. So that's all that needed to be done. And I'm like, I've got to finish it. It's so close. The fabric's dirty, but I don't care. I want to get it done. And it is so cute. Isn't that adorable? So I finished that. I worked the 3 days in between Christmas. My boss said if I wanted, I could have the days off, but I do corporate travel. And so as you can imagine, business travel, not a lot during the 3 days in between Christmas and New Year's. They go down to skeleton staff and open up the phones to everyone. So you're doing every single account that there is. And even then, I think I got about 3 calls a day. Maybe did 1 email a day. And those calls were kind of like, can you send me my itinerary? Oh, I need an invoice for this. You know, stuff that takes like less than 5 minutes. So it's like, it was a normal work day, I probably would have taken the day off, but no, I could do that and get paid and save my sick leave for better stuff. So I could get out of the brain fog for that long. So very happy. Oldest WIP done, finished. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I don't know if you can see it, but the fabric is pretty dirty. So, but I just wanted to get it finished. It just seemed I don't know if I'm going to get it framed. I probably won't, but where am I going to put it? Yeah. This one I'm going to get finished off. This one is from the Nora Corbett Patreon. It's the Climp Christmas tree. The music. It sounds like she's going to do a series of them for Patreon, because this is Museum Christmas Trees #1, Climp, and she released another one for Christmas 2023, and it was actually labeled Museum Christmas Trees #2, Van Gogh. So, and I'm going to do the Van Gogh one. I'm kidding that one at the moment. So this is this one here, and I finished this one just before Christmas. I got lucky. I realized I didn't actually have one of the threads, the eggshell, which is this color here. All the treasures. I bought all the beads, but not the treasures. So I did an order through Janet, JK Stitching, and she got it all to me like, Christmas was the Monday, 25th, and I think I got it all on the Thursday, just before Christmas. So I was able to finish it all off. And I love this. I'm going to do the Van Gogh one's called Starry Night. I'll put in a picture of what the Van Gogh one looks like. So I love this. This was so much fun to stitch. I'd say a good 90% of it, 99% of it is silks. Very little back stitching. There's a tiny amount of DMC in here. Lots and lots of beading, but isn't it just beautiful? It is beautiful, and the fabric's not really, that might be better, you know, get a better idea of the fabric there. I think she suggested like a more of a white, but I thought Van Gogh, like this kind of thing, had more of a gold looking. I wanted to keep the gold, not Van Gogh, Climp look about it. This is stitched on Chromatic Alchemy, 28 count Lagana, Midas. So I also wear glasses now. I'm not wearing them at the moment because I did have them on, but the reflection from the bay window across from me was really off-putting. All you could see was, the reflection there. So I've taken them off. I started seeing spots and everything in front of my eyes. Eyes. back in August, I think it was, and it was actually really funny because I thought it was like a strand of hair, so I'm constantly trying to get this hair out of my eye, and then I realized there is no hair in front of my eye, so I went to the optometrist and he's like, yeah, you got astigmatism. So back to wearing glasses. Nowhere near as bad. I had laser eye surgery done 9 years ago. Pretty much 9 years to the day that I got the glasses was when I had the laser eye surgery done. I do kind of miss not wearing glasses. It's just, it's so humid here. Like I've stepped outside and the glasses flog up, or it's raining and the glasses get wet and you can't see, and I've just gotten spoiled. So anyway, not third world problems, right? First world problems, I should say. Right, this one is Beautiful Stitches. This one was called Perfect Squares. This was a stitch along, and it's canvas work, but I still love it. Stitched on 24 count Congress cloth, and she had 3 different colorways you could do, and they were all really good. But I'm like, I have all these silks. I have all these silks that I don't use. I want to do my own colorway, so. My friend Amanda and I told Amanda, so help me choose. I want to go with like blues, greens and purples. So I went to her place and I wound up with like half my silks and half her silks. But isn't that gorgeous? I love that colorway. I am just so thrilled with the way these colors turned out. They are just beautiful. I love them. I don't know if you can see all the different stitches in there. And this is so much fun. I get in here and I started and I just can't stop. So don't ask me why this is the only canvas work I seem to do when I do enjoy it so much, but I did Versailles one last year, and if she does one this year, I'll be doing that one as well. And picking my own colours. What else have I got? I finished Black Pearl by the Primitive Hair, which there is a bead pack that I believe you can buy, but hang on, that's not the right way, this is the right way. I bought this like pack off eBay where it's like you could get different colour schemes. So I went like for the black and silver and grey, where you could get like black pearls and like little black shells and stuff like that. So I thought that would be good. This one is stitched on Fabulous Fabrics 28 count Sunlit Cathedral, which when it came, I wasn't really that thrilled with it, so I overdyed. I did a tea overdye on it. So if you do get Sunlit Cathedral off, if you do get Sunlit Cathedral, it will turn out differently to this because I have overdyed it. But I thought, oh gee, that suits her. So I finished the Black Pearl. She will be getting framed as well, but there's going to be some others I put on this. I'm going to get framed. I've had an idea that I could put lots of different things on this, and then like maybe my mum does a lot of quilting, so I thought if I get like different small random things and like that and put them all on this, maybe my mum could make me a quilt or something out of all my little pieces. And the thing that would tie it in was I could be all on this fabric. But I don't know if that would work because these beads are like, I don't know, they're pretty big beads, but I love her. I love her as well. I bought this one, the Black Pearl, and my friend Amanda bought can't remember what it's called. I'll put a photo of it up. And the plan was that when she finished hers, she would give her pattern to me. When I finished this one, I would give that pattern to her, which we have done. So the next one, Primitive Hair, I'm going to do, I'll do it on that fabric, is that mermaid. This one. This is Theresa Koger, Soul Sisters. My friend Amanda did one as well. Her sisters are wearing different coloured dresses. We changed the colour of the dresses. I think I'm going to get this turned into a pillow or something, and the idea is that I'm going to give her mine and she's going to give me hers, which we haven't done yet. There was some mistake in there somewhere, but it doesn't matter. And I can't tell you what, I know it's a linen, but I can't tell you the linen, anything about the fabric that it's stitched on. It was, Amanda stitched up hers and then she gave me all the threads to do it. The only thing I did was change the colour of the dresses. So she gave me the leftover linen and everything like that. So, mind you, I mean, talk about a waste of linen. Like, see how I've done it? Like, she was really good and did it like, you know, out of the side. Well, how do I do it? Smack bang in the middle. Such a waste, Liesl. You could have put other stuff on that, but anyway. And that was last year's. I think I finished this. I think this is a, yeah, well, some of these are other years. I did the last one this year. So I got all the 4, at least 5 and 6 finished this year. And this is just a plain 28 count linen. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. My original idea was that I was going to turn it into coasters. And then I realised, we don't really use coasters here. Plus the beads, the middle beads are really, I don't know if you can see how big they are. I'd have to get a coaster where that would fit in. So it'd have to be a fairly high coaster. So coasters was the original idea when I started it. Don't know what I'm going to do with it now. Don't know. We'll figure it out. And there's one other one I finished this year. I didn't do too bad for the finishes actually this year. Luna Mystica by Bella Filipina. And isn't she gorgeous? Love her. Sorry, Flosstube sneezes. And she stitched on a 32 count linen by Fiberlicious. Transcendent, I want to say. I love, sorry, I love the fabric, but I do wish it was a 28 because the beads got extremely squishy. So whenever I do a Bella Filipina again, I'll make sure it's on a 28 count. If it's on a hand dyed, which it'll be on a hand dyed, let's be honest. Yeah, it'll be on a 28 count because some of them are just, I had to move the beads around and it got very squishy. But oh, I love her. She is, teardrops in here and she is beautiful. There is a mistake somewhere in the tail. You can't see. Down here, this bit down here, these are actually left unbeaded. But I didn't like the look of it with the fabric showing through, so I put beads on there. And there is also, you probably can't, but there's this back stitch all round here in her tail in silver that you can't see. Oh yeah, I don't know if you can see it there. So you can't see that, but oh, and the skin is stitched 2/1 tent stitch, which I love so much better than 1/1 cross stitch. Also, another benefit of that is if the skin's got blends in it, no problem. You're doing 2 threads. If you make a mistake, so much easier to frog out. Oh, absolutely. I have frogged out 1/1 cross stitch on the skin with my Cinderella, and that was just brutal. It was brutal. But this is yeah, so, and like I said, 2/110, this was like a test piece for that, and it turned out, I love the skin. I think it turned out beautiful. So yeah, so they are my finishes. Okay, so WIPs. I was gonna say time for the fun part, but finishes are fun too, so time for the WIPs. It's Only Forever, which is my Heaven and Earth designs. I'll put a picture up. Did I finish it? I've gotten rid of my 2023 WIP stats. I must have thrown them out, sorry. So, but had for some reason written down 50%. I don't know what I was thinking. I was going to get 17% of that done in 1 year. I can tell you my goal. I can tell you I hit the short-term goal, which was to finish all the green. And if I did that, I was going to hit 40%. I hit that. I did that. So, yay. My goal for this year is to hit... My goal for this year is to get 100,000 stitches, which if I do that will put me just over 50%. Oh, it'd be so awesome to get 50%, halfway done on this one. I'm working this, so this is... Oh. Little stuck in it. I'll just put that. This one is super size, max color. It's Only Forever. Artwork by Amy Stewart. Charted by Michelle. Stitched on 25 count easy guide, 2/1 cross stitch. I can put a photo up of what it looked like at the start of 2023, what it looks like at the end of 2023, which I don't know if you can see a difference. And this is where it is now. I've started doing the brown 3771, 31,000 stitches. I don't know if you can see it, but you can't really. Yeah, you can't. Oh, yeah. Of course you can't see the brown because there's only just there. I can't see through the material. So I think the other pictures are going to look better, but getting there. And I'm going to hit 50%. By the end of this year, it's going to be 50%. No excuses. And, well, actually, oh, that's a new song. This is a new start, but it's a WIP parade, so everything is WIP at the moment. The Heaven and Earth Design Stitch Along, which you had to register by the 30th of December. Big surprise. I jumped on the bandwagon for that. Heaven and Earth Design Stitch Along, which you had to register by the 30th of December, which, big surprise, I jumped on for that. I chose to do Tintern Abbey, which I'll put a picture up. This is being stitched on 25 count 2/1 tent stitch, and that's what I've done so far. What I'm going to do is, this actually fits the length of the page. So this is like half the pattern I got to do, and then when I move the crease up again, that'll fit in the other half. I was going to just color complete it all, but I just want to move. This is such like perfectly situated, so I'm just going to do all this area, and then I'm going to move the crease up and do all the next area. So that works really well. I'm also testing out, I won't go through the whole spiel about how I wound up ordering CXC threads through Amazon. I got a voucher, so I thought, give them a try. I got the whole set with the voucher that I got. It was, I think I was like, I only had to pay an additional like $20 for the whole set. It is thicker, but I like it. CXC thread, I don't really see much difference. I mean, I think DMC is 100% cotton and CXC thread is, I don't know what percentage are, but I think it's like half cotton, half polyester, or it's definitely not 100% cotton. I think it's got some amount of polyester or something mixed in through it. So it is a bit, so you won't be able to see it on camera. There's something you kind of feel, is a bit fluffier, thicker, fluffier. You wouldn't want to use, I mean, I'm using the same length threads that I usually use. I wouldn't want to use any longer than that because it might start fraying. And the lengths of thread I usually do is I measure from here to here and go back up, and that's the length of thread I use. I don't know whether I've got short arms. But, so I'm going to finish this. I know I can do this. The other 10 charts got to choose from. They're really nice, but 2 free charts. How could I pass up free charts from Heaven and Earth Designs? If anybody's seen my, you see my other videos, you know I'm a bit of a Heaven and Earth addict. think I'm just going to dive in and go, and I'll tell you about the piece. Alright, this one is a chatelaine, Japanese Zen moss garden. That's the top. So that's a photo of what it's going to look like, and then I'll put in a photo of where it was, and this is where it is now. This is not a focus piece, unfortunately. Doesn't mean I won't work on it, it's just mean it's not a focus piece, so I won't get a lot done. I love chatelaines. I'm beading as I'm going. Not the big beads, not the treasures. So I'm not going to put any of the treasures in, because this is what it is I started on smaller Q-snaps, and then I worked to bigger ones, and then after this, as you can see, I'm pretty much hitting the size on this. I've just got to finish one more corner. I'm just going to do the fish. These 1/1. These fish here are all 1/1. I'm just going to finish those in 1/1, and then I'm going to put them onto scroll bars. I just find, yeah, 1/1 right at the end, that's just easy to work on. So, but isn't this gorgeous? I love chatelaines. God, Martina was so talented. She was a genius. And just look at that water. It's amazing. And the corners, the waterfalls here in the corners. I was turning this around as I worked on it sometimes while I was doing the beading. So I thought I'd finish the beading, and I've looked at it, and on one row I had all the beads going in the wrong direction because I've only half stitched them on. So I had to unpick it. I had to unpick one corner and one row and redo all the beads so they all went in the same direction. My sister's like, no one will notice, and I'm like, yeah, they will. And this is stitched on Colour Cascade Fabrics, 28 count Lagana, on a very subtle garden party. Pretty sure it's garden party. Unfortunately, Tummy has closed Colour Cascade Fabrics, so you can't get them anymore, which I'm devastated about. But it's a very, very subtle. I don't know if you can really see the different colours there. I wanted something extremely subtle for this, but not plain white. So she did that for me. Now this one is Lavender and Lace's Angel by the Sea. And if it's not a focus, it should be a focus. It is a focus. Okay, good. Well, I started on the 2nd of January, so it's not really that old, but I'm doing it for my mother-in-law's sister, my husband's aunt. What it is I did a cross-stitch, Lavender and Lace's Angel of Healing for my mother-in-law. My son chose the pattern, and Gwen was so much younger. She helped me do the crosses on it, which honestly drove me nuts, because whenever she helped, she'd want to... I'd put the needle, and she'd bring the needle up and unthread it. And I'd rethread the needle and put the needle in the right hole, and she would pull it in through and unthread it. And I'm like, you don't have to unthread the needle every single time. So, I don't even know whether it was a new start on the 2nd of January, so it's not really much to show. All I've worked on it was, I did some stitching here yesterday, was like a row there, and I think a row there, so. And this is stitched on 28 count Colour Cascade Fabrics, 28 count Lagana Gold Digger. And it's going to be beautiful. I am going to change the angel to a brunette, because Joe's a brunette. So, so I was halfway through. Yeah, so my mother-in-law got one, and then her older sister, her now ex-daughter-in-law, did a lot of cross-stitching, but she did a couple of cross-stitches for her. So my mother-in-law got one, and then the Auntie Lynn got one, and Joe's always loved them. She's always really approved them and loved them. She goes, oh, no, don't have a daughter-in-law to do me once. I'm like, I'll do you one. I'll do you a cross-stitch. So I'm going to create a cross-stitch. This is such a mess. It is really a mess. I brought some stuff over from my office and I don't know where I put them. They'll be here somewhere. They'll turn up. I'm sure they'll turn up. This one is from Nimue. It's called Victoria. I call it Thranduil. Sorry. Something about it just reminds me of Thranduil. I might put up a better picture because it's got some glare. But I'm gonna, I won't add the earrings and stuff on him. But you can't really see it. No, it's not a very good picture. This is stitched on. I'm gonna have to have a look at my app. I went through so many different fabrics for this one, trying to pick a fabric, and the needle's coming off. Actually, what I'm gonna do is take this off the Q-snap. Once that on a focus piece, it's gonna come off the Q-snap. Seaside Slumber by B Stitch Me, I want to say. I can tell you in a second exactly, just looking at my app. Stitched on Seaside Slumber by Cross Stitch Boutique, 28 count opal even weave. I'm going to not keep these on Q-snaps anymore because it's probably number one. It's probably also really bad for them. I'll just put this down here. But actually, I'll put these on. So I thought, while I show these. So the only ones, I shouldn't keep any on Q-snaps, but yeah, like the focus pieces. So that's the fabric. I think it's, and the piece is like purple things through it. So I thought that would actually go really well. And I thought elves, starlight, and foresty, and I'm doing the skin 1/1. Unfortunately, it's 1/1 cross stitch. I'm not sure whether I've got the Flosstube nose thing or I just haven't actually touched some of these in a while, so they've got a bit of dust around them. It's giving me the sneezies. This is another chatelaine, which I did work on this year, so I'll put in a picture of what it looked like at the start of 2023. This is called Tea House Challenge, and this one is stitched on Fiberlicious Fabrics, Sunset Walk, 28 count opal. Now, I had actually planned for this to be this fabric was going to go on a different project. It was going to go on a Mirabilia Gypsy Mermaid. I was thinking like the tail, and then, yeah. But then I got another piece of fabric for that, and I thought this would just go great with this, but the only way to get it to work, and this is a half yard, was to put it smack bang in the middle of the fabric. So, yeah, but kind of a waste, but because I really wanted the blue to sit in a certain spot. And I'm doing they've got the building in the middle, the tea house. She's charted it 2/2, or you can do it 1/1, and as you can see, I'm doing it 1/1. So, and I reckon the back stitching on that's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, this one. Unfortunately, it is not. This one is not a focus piece for this year. It's Tropical Flowers that I started as a stitch along with Kim, one of my very first viewers. It's by well, she's not stitching Tropical Flowers. She's got another flowery piece that she's stitching on. So she's doing that. So this is Little House in the Attic, Tropical Flowers. I'll put up a done picture. Yeah. And this is how much I've done, a leaf. Actually, this is showing the fabric really well. The fabric is 32 count Flotsam and Jetsam on linen by Chromatic Alchemy. And I love this fabric. I think everybody should have a piece of this fabric in their stash because it's just gorgeous. It's showing so well, I've just got to show the fabric. This is what I did Cinderella on, and it's kind of like the dark blues and the greens and just kind of like that midnight feel, but I just thought the colors are just going to pop. I mean, look at that leaf. It's just going to pop off that. It's going to be amazing. So it will get stitched. I promise. It will get done and stitched. Definitely. Absolutely. Next piece is Forevermore by Long Dog Samplers, and this is a wedding sampler for me and my husband. I'll put up what it's going to look like done, and I'm stitching this one 2/1 32 count opal. It was a Sparkly's Fabric of the Month, May 2018. The colours for my husband's and my wedding was blue, dark blue and silver. So as you can see, 939, could be, no, 823. The blue is an 823, and the grey is, I don't know if you can see it, the grey is the Etoile 3799. You can't really see it, which I'm doing, yeah, little bits in there. And the writing is going to be in Etoile 823 as well, which you can't see it in person, but you can see the sparkle of the words and the dragonflies and that in there. And this is actually not a very big piece. We got married in the June of 2009, and I started this in December of 2019, so close enough. Although I think when I did start, it was a fairly new release. So it just took me 10 years to find the right wedding sampler. And I was always big on trying to find the right one. But it's going to be gorgeous when it's done. So, that one can go in there. I'm going to reorder these WIPs. I'm thinking of reordering them in date order, age order. This one is Tilton Crafts. The One Ring by Tilton Crafts. It is 2/1. And it is worked on 18 count Ada. It was just something I had in my stash. So I have a done picture. I can't remember whether I worked on this or not. So I'll put up a done picture. And this is where it is now. Just gonna come there. And what I'm gonna do is the ring, the writing on the ring. I have a skein of that 24 karat gold. 24 karat? I think it is. The 24 karat gold. Basically, it's a strand of DMC dipped in 24 karat gold. And I'm gonna do. There's not enough to do the whole ring, but just the writing of the ring. I'm gonna have that, and that's it there. And actually, I'd love for this to come up as a focus piece one day. Oh, and the needle minder. Had to do this one. It's a little hobbit door. Had to be a hobbit door. Happy Spirit. It's my mother-in-law's birthday this weekend. We were doing the whole family thing yesterday, but a lot of their cousins and everything are still there and swimming. So David he's going to Costco with his mum, and he took the kids over there to see their cousins and stuff. Especially for Gwen. His sister has boys and my brother has boys, so all she's got is boy cousins. But my husband's cousin Jennifer has 3 girls. So Gwen's like, yes, girls! I want to play with the girls! So that's where she is. And okay, this is a new start. This is Maleficent by Mandrinks. I'm probably butchering the name. mandarins or something like that. It'll say up on the picture that I have got up. I'm stitching it on 36 count plain, Jus design, Rocky Mountain. I don't know whether you can see the fabric, but the fabric is actually really gorgeous. It's very subtle. So I got that done. So it's getting there. I've already done something like 35%, so it's not a big piece. There's going to be some French knots here and backstitched. So yeah, but that's nice. And, oh yeah, so you can kind of see the fabric there. But with this, I'm only using half the fabric, so I need to check the stitch count. But there's another piece this designer has done that's a silhouette of Sleeping Beauty. I'll put a picture up. And if it'll fit, I was thinking, so I'll have Maleficent on one side and then like Sleeping Beauty on the other. And I was thinking that could, and she's done in like pinks and purples, so they could go together. So that would go nicely. So I was thinking of doing that on the same piece of fabric. That's not a focus for this year, that just sits in my office. This one is Lest We Forget. This one was put down as my oldest WIP, which it almost was, bar a month. And it is stitched on 25 count even weave Dresden blue, 2/1 it's stitched on, and it's Lest We Forget. It's Heaven and Earth Designs, and I know the designer name, Bradley something. I'll put down the bottom the name of the actual artist, and actually so you can see better. And I've been really working on this month. Actually, to be honest, start of the month I didn't really work on this at all last year. So what you're seeing is what it looked like at the start of this year, and this is how much I've done. So I'm kind of like, why didn't I work on it? It's like goes by so fast, and that is not the right way. This is the way it goes. Sorry, I was showing it not upside down, sideways. Yeah, and I love it because this is pretty much a quarter. That's about halfway there, so this is a quarter of it. Just getting there. And the plan is when it's done, well, the original plan was I was going to get a photo of my pop in his army uniform. He fought in World War II, and have this as the photo of my pop and like reproduction of his medals. And then David's like, oh, I want my grandfather as well. So now we're gonna have this sitting in the middle with my pop on one side, his grandfather on the other with reproduction of his medals. So he'll have this, because his grandfather also fought in World War One. Oh, funny enough, they're both in Papua New Guinea. Anyway, so yeah, they're gonna be on either side with this picture in the middle, and I'll middle up. I really want to get this one done because it actually does mean a lot to me. Sorry, this is gonna be so choppy, this video. This is Autumn Lane Stitchery's Dark Queen of the Earth. That's her there. I'm gonna take her off the Q-snaps. Love this fabric. Amanda had this fabric. She's like, oh, I'll find the stitch on it, and I'm like, oh, I'll have it. I was gonna stitch a Mirabilia on it, and then I saw it on this one. I'm like, no, she is born to be on this fabric, but unfortunately, she's not making the focus piece. This didn't make the cut this year, so she's coming off. Oh, I'm gonna have so much fun cleaning this up. I would love to get it finished this year, but no, there's just other pieces I want to work on instead. So, I don't know if you can see it. There she goes. I think I had to part 5 or part 6, so. But isn't that fabric? Oh, the fabric's actually showing up great. Speaking of, the fabric is Fabrics by Stephanie. Sassanek, 32 count linen, plain. For those who don't really know my channel, I am what I call a fabric floozy. I love fabrics. I love hand-dyed fabrics. My mum's a quilter, patchworker, and I think I got her love of fabrics off her, but mine is just in a slightly different pathway. I don't quilt. I hate sewing with a vengeance. The sewing machines scare me. It's like, for me, when I've tried to use a sewing machine, it's like learning how to drive. It's like slowly, so it's too fast, and then yeah. So, but she will get done. I may take a while, but actually, you know, that's a good thing about those wolves. You know, it took a while, 20 years, but they got done. Ended in 100 Owls by Owl Forest Embroidery, and I'll put up a done picture. This is what I'm doing for my mum. She collects owls. Oh wow, I started this on the 5th September 2021. That is, wow, what is that? This is Fiberlicious Fabrics Frosty Mint, 28 count Lagana. Oh wow. Let's get my ass nigger on this one. I hate my nose. About halfway or just over halfway. There's 18 parts. I think there must be dust in this collection. Oh, there it goes. And I love this. So I really want to get this done for my mum. I love the fabric that it's on. Owl Forest Embroidery has some other patterns that I've bought that I think would look fantastic on this fabric. I'm telling myself I've got to use what I've got, but there's like 3 patterns in the series. Berry tigers, peach cranes, garden fish or koi. I'll put up pictures. And don't you think they would look great on this fabric as a series? I think they would. I think I might have to put them in water. Sorry. This one is Ink Circles, Fireburn and Cauldron Bubble. Again, not a very big piece. That shouldn't be taking very long. 115 by 115. Started on the 1st of January 2020. Oh, it's Colour Kate Sade Fabrics Firebomb, 28 count, Opal Lagana. Which I bought this fabric specifically for this one because I don't really think there is an up. It doesn't really matter because it's like a mandala. Anyway, so I love that. And it's not a very big piece. I have thought about just finishing, like getting in and finishing all the small pieces, but then I'm kind of like, no, because that would leave nothing but the big pieces, all my big heaviness and that, and I'm like, you need the little ones along the way. Well, oh, sorry, I need the little ones along the way. Brooks Books collection, dress, oh, got the pattern back with the thing. Brooks Books, Dress Up Jasmine, or Dress Up the Desert Princess, I should say. And this is a conversion into the blue, not doing it in the yellow on that. Can't remember who did the conversion. I'll put a picture up of the conversion. And what is, I got all 12 of the princesses that she released. I'm only going to be doing 10 of them. I'm not doing the Kagaya Japanese princess or Tiger Lily. Thought these could go up in Gwen's room when they're done, but she's a bit old now. And that's I don't think I worked on it all last year. But as you can see, that's, so we've got Elsa, Sleeping Beauty, and that one, all in the one. And I've got another piece of exactly the same material. Oh, this is Colour Cascade Fabrics Silver Springs Opal 28 count. Glad I got all these fabrics, because yeah, she shut down. I would, and like I said, the other, like I said, there was 12. I know I'm doing 10 of them, so I've got 7 more to do, and they're going to be on 2 more pieces of fabric. So yeah, they're all going to be on the same fabric. So that was lucky. That would be yeah, that would have been very annoying if I wasn't able to get them on the same piece of fabric. What did I do with, oh, there it is. Oh, so that's Conversion by Ashley. Oh, Conversion by Ashley May, who's Pinky the Pink. So that's what it's originally charted as. And that's the conversion, so that's the one I'm doing. I'm not sure I'll do the butterflies. So, yeah. Beautiful. So, even when I do finish Jasmine though, I'm not going to get it framed until I get all of them done, because I want all of them in the same frame as well. By Rosewood Manor, Crowns of the Kingdom. Just taking this needle, putting it somewhere safe. This is what it looks like done, which I didn't like it on the plain white background. I just thought it looked a bit too, I don't know what the right word is, washed out, or didn't stand out enough. I'm doing it on Colour Cascade Fabrics, 32 count linen, Underground King. I wanted a really like royal purple. I should fold this over. That's probably better. Yeah, so that's it there. Royal purple. So it kind of just bounces off more. I think that's about halfway there, and that's about halfway there. But unfortunately, not a focus piece for this year. And also the thing about this year, this piece is, it is worked entirely in Petite Treasure Bead. Everything is metallic, but beautiful. No beads, thank God. I don't mind beading, but I just, yeah, with all the metallics, yeah. It does mean though that you'll get these things, whereas I don't know if you can see it here, like it's crown's all black, but then you get these one colours of just random one colours of different things. But I do love this piece. It's just not making the cut. And the thing is, I mean, if it really calls to me and I really want to work on it, I can put the goose maps back on. It's not like it's a, you know what I mean? It's not a, oh, I've got a fat half of that. I have a little bit left over, might be able to fit like a Nora Corporate on it or something. Okay, this is Nimue King Arthur, which I actually keep all my Nimue. I don't know why I keep most of my Nimue patterns in this bag. Here he is. And he will be stitched with her Guinevere by his side. So these are going to be on the same piece of fabric, side by side. And I've also got Queen of the Fairies and yarn as well. Oh, I know why I've got a toothbrush in here. I'll show you why I've got a toothbrush in here. Oh, needle minder, that's not always a good thing. King Arthur, he is gorgeous. He's been stitched on Fiberlicious Fabrics Golden Oak 28 count plain Lagana. It's just lovely. Love that fabric. Again, big fan of Fiberlicious as well. He is, got a fair bit of him done before I stopped. I think I had a goal where I actually wanted to finish him in the year and I didn't. another lady in my cross stitch group, she started him, and she was going gangbusters, and she pretty much finished him, like everything but his face. I'll ask if I can put a photo of hers up because it deserves it. It's gorgeous. But yeah, but oh, look at this. Now apparently a lot of the stuff, the back stitch, because I'm back stitching as you go, and I don't know whether you can see it, but here is, she's like to couch it, which I can couch, but no, not couching, it's a stem stitch. She doesn't want you to couch, she wants you to, like, don't do a back stitch, but to stem stitch, which I can stem stitch, but the problem is a lot of it is so curvy and going around, and just very, I back stitched. Where I could, I stem stitched, mainly the straight lines, but otherwise, yeah, it's thing. And actually, you can't really see it anymore. Actually, I should take this off because he's not a. Sorry, King Arthur, but you are not on the priority list, so your Q snaps are coming off. But the reason why there's a toothbrush in there is a bit down here. Where is it? I was in a different bag, and the bag was lined in black, and I got black marks. This isn't anywhere near the stitching, so I didn't bother that, but it's actually dulled down. Oh, that was a test bit, actually. I did, the thing is, you can kind of see it where I had to take the stain out. There was big black marks, and you can kind of see it. That's where I've taken the big black marks going down, and that's me trying to get the mark out, and you kind of see the watermark. I have to gently use the toothbrush. There's some other bits as well. There was other bits right around the. Actually, it looks like they've dulled down. Maybe I didn't have to do it after all. Not complaining. I was just, when I opened it up, took it out and saw this big, it looked like a big ink spot or something, was like here, like rose bit around here, and then there was some down there, and I'm like, oh my god, like, I don't want to restart it. I've done so much, and I'm like, oh my god. So of course it went to my cross stitch group where help me, and so we did yeah, so very not impressed with that. So luckily I got given this bag, I can fit all the patterns in there, and it's big enough to find a new home. What have we got here? Something already off the Q snap. Aha, this is on Knight's Templar. No, Templars Prophecy by Long Dog Samplers. Fibulous fabrics, full flame, 32 count plain linen. I love this fabric. And with Silks for You, PR053. I didn't want a white. I wanted something like with an old lace kind of look to it, which I've really got to do some more on this. I love this piece. And that's it. That's actually upside down. Isn't that beautiful? I didn't want just straight white. I wanted it to have like a old, slightly discolored, so that's why I didn't get just plain white. It's got like old lace or something. Oh my god, I see this and now I want to stitch on it. Oh, it's not a priority piece, Liesl. Okay, you know what, Liesl, you need to put this away. You need to put this away. You're doing a video anyway, so no stitching. Oh, that's the silk in there. You see, it's not white, it's just got like an old lace kind of old effect. This one is Little Dreamer's Tree. Not a focus piece this year. It's Amy Stewart, artwork by Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. stitched on 25 count easy count fabric, and this looks like a real mess. And I've got chances. I'm pretty sure it's 2/1. And I don't think I worked on it at all. I'll put a picture where it was, but I'm pretty sure it'd still be the same. But I do love how you can start seeing the picture coming out. So what I've been doing was, I'll find, like I'm just working my way up, like I'm up here, I'll find the next color, and then I will stitch a strand of that whole color, and then and I'm finishing off by, basically I stitch a whole strand, and then I just, pull it up, and so it'll get stitched over, which is why I'm winding up with all these little bits of crosses here. But I'll keep doing that and working my way across. So this just looks so messy. I work a lot on my heaven. I don't really have a set way of working on full coverage. It's what works for that piece, what I feel like doing. And the thing is, if I don't like it, I can always change. And that, I mean, that's why on my big one, Heaven and Earth Designs, you can see I've started at the top, page by page. And I've changed it color by color. And this one's being done a different way. Tilton Crafts one is being done a different way. I think it also depends sometimes on what fabric you're working on, the piece you're working on. There's nothing saying you have to stick to one method of working. You work in a way that works for you. And very much that. So yeah, I love seeing the picture come to life. So no, Leslie, you got to take it off. You got to take it off. You said that if it wasn't going to be a focus piece, it's going to come off, and if you want to, you can always put it back on. This one is not happy with the dogs. I love this bag. I love the colors. Look at it, isn't it gorgeous? Aren't those colors just gorgeous? And I love this bag, and I can't zip it up anymore because that's what they chew. And the thing is, it wasn't the little puppy. Was it the little puppy that did the chewing? No, it was the big older dog. Anyway, here's a photo of it done. Once Upon a Fairy Tale, artwork by Amy Stewart. I'm a big Amy Stewart fan. And artwork by Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. This is the regular size. No, this is supersized regular color on 40 count silk gauze, 1/1 tent stitch. I did the regular colors because I thought max color would just be too much. And that, I was worried that you'd lose detail like with 40, and you don't. Look at it, oh, his head's coming in. Wow. Love it. Is by Pinky the Pink. It's Aurora. Do I have it under Aurora or do I have it under Aurora? And this is stitched on a Sparkliest Fabric of the Month. I didn't put down the month and year. It'd be one of our first ones because I started this in 2019. I started this in 2019. I remember getting the fabric, and back then I was only getting fabric as a fat quarter, and that is not big enough to put this on, so I had to go back and I had to order a custom size length for it. This has a ton of back stitching on it. I'll put a photo up. Which I've really got to start back stitching as I go. It's just, funny enough, the reason why I haven't bought back stitch, I'm like, oh, where to start? I should just start at the top and work my way down. She's a, look, I said, that's the fabric. She's a big girl. Amazing. The back stitch is really going to make her. See, Lisa, this is why you should be taking things off the Q snaps. Her face would be like, oh, to die for. This down here, it's done like in a cord, not in all metallics. Like, I don't cry petite treasure braid, yeah, it doesn't bother me. If I absolutely had to choose, I'm one of the weird people and I would actually choose Cryonic, but otherwise really it would be like 51% Cryonic, 49% petite treasure braid. Like, you know what I mean? It really does not bother me. But this is not Cryonic. This is like a cord down here, and it is terrible to stitch with. So lots of blends in this, but it's a beautiful fabric. I haven't decided whether I'm going to stitch the oval on her or not. I'm thinking no, because she's got the fabric. So I'm pretty sure I'm not going to do the oval. Okay, so this is a 28 count, Sanctimonia. Artwork by Amy Stewart. Big surprise. Turns out I'm a massive Amy Stewart fan. I saw this piece when it was first released and just fell in love. Like, I had to have it. Put a picture of it done. Had to have it. So I got it straight away. This is so artwork by Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven Earth Designs. Regular size, regular colors. It has come out in the mini, and I did buy the mini because I haven't done that much, and I thought, oh, maybe I could restart it. But you see all the detail. I keep it in my Sanctimonia bag. But all the details, I've done the map up here and everything like that. I thought on a mini you'd probably lose too much of it. So I did buy the mini, but I'm going to keep doing it on the regular. And this is where I wish I get everything as PDF. If I could give away my mini Sanctimonia, I'd do it in a heartbeat. I'm not going to stitch that one. I'll give it to someone and totally delete it off my program. I'm not going to stitch this again. I'm not going to stitch the mini, but anyway. This is a 28 count even weave for 1/1, and you probably can't even really see. And this one I'm doing in columns, and it's pretty close to the fabric color. Lisa, what are you doing to yourself? That'll change the goes down. You kind of see it's getting down the colors. And I still love this piece. Oh, I really wish I need to stitch on this piece. Love it. I still absolutely love that piece. I don't know what is it about that piece that calls to me. It just does, but unfortunately not a focus piece. I just don't want it anywhere. Ugh. What's in this piece? In a world full of unicorns, be a badass. Oh, this is my oldest WIP. That if I hadn't already psyched myself up to do Millennium, I would be doing it. I really would. I was feel like Theresa Welser Millennium. And I love this piece. I remember seeing this piece when it first came out. I've seen it done. Beautiful. That one, all the planets and the comet there, not the sky, but just the planets are all 1/1. And just 1/1 on that Earth is a big pain in the butt. I don't think I worked on it. Oh no, I think Megan called up and whipped. I'll put up a picture of what it was done this year. And I've actually restarted this piece like 3 times. This is stitched on, sorry. This is being stitched on the kit fabric, which I'm pretty sure is a 25 count. There's the needle there. So, you can see as I'm doing the sky, the 2/2, I'll do some 1/1, the planets. And at the moment I'm working on the Earth and Moon, and I'll do some 2/2. So get the middle scene. Probably won't get done this year, but you'll see gangbangness on it next year. Lest we forget, just jump the queue. And inside here, It's all beads. Those stars, you saw they're all beads. I'm fine with French knots. French knots honestly don't bother me at all. I don't know. They used to bother me, and then I kind of found out the secret to doing a French knot, and just works out really easily. And most of the time, French knots are used for flowers anyway. So even if they look slightly off, I'm okay with that, because sometimes you get a slightly off flower. Nothing's perfect all the time. Oh my god, I wish you guys could see this. It's a mess. But not all the WIPs. I have got some hiding here. So this one is another one I'm doing for my mum. There used to be these big, awesome, great craft shows. They used to be held in this like Rosal race course. It was like 3 stories, and they were massive, and they had so much cross stitching there, but like accessories and egg decorating and paper tolling and decoupage and quilting, of course, and patchwork and punch needle, and you name it, they had it there. It was so massive, and the scissor man, and they were just, and my mum used to take me every year. Like I said, my mum started teaching me how to do this stuff at 7, 8 years old, and then cross stitching was one I loved, and she would take me every year. We would go together, and every year she goes, and it was just, I wish they were still on and we could still go. They were just a fantastic mummy-daughter bonding day. This is Lanate, Arabian woman, and I remember Mum saying one time that she loved this piece, and I came across it on Aussie Stash Unload, the full kit, for $10, so I snapped it up. So yeah, so I'm doing that for my mum as well, which at the moment, now this one is a focus piece, which is why it's been kept in a slightly different spot where I can get more, grab onto it a bit more easily. So this will actually be staying on the Q snaps. This is on a pre-printed fabric. Now I started exactly where you're supposed to start and everything like that. Where's the needle? Oh, there's the needle. Okay. And it's gone way off, but it'll still fit. Like you can see the end of the thing's there. So let's say it's there. That's her foot's the end. I mean, that may come out a bit up to there, but I mean, I know they probably went a bit further to make sure it was covered, but I guess it still fits. That's the main thing. So I'm gonna do that one for my mum. I was actually thinking of, I was going really good on 100 owls for her, and I've done some other owls for her, but so I was thinking of doing this one first, actually, because just something different from owls, and also like I know she likes it, and you know, it's been a tough year for her as well, taking care of my dad. I'm not going to get into massive details, but basically November 28th of November 2022, my dad, they said, you've got 2 tumors in your brain, a tumor in your chest, lymph nodes, and seed-like melanomas all throughout your brain. It's all inoperable. There's a 30% chance you're going to live till March 2023. My dad did radiation on the brain and everything like that. My dad is still with us. I mean, that's why he is still with us. That's why I couldn't spend Christmas with him this year. Because with the COVID, we didn't want to, you know, his immune system's still down. And you know, she's been taking him to all those doctor's appointments and blood test appointments and physio appointments and speech appointments, and she's been helping him eat and all sorts of stuff. And I mean, my sister and I, we do what we can. If Mum needs to, my son who's 14, he also he's quite happy. He is very close to my dad, you know, so I'll try and take Mum out, and Ian will sit with my dad, and I'll go once a week. We'll make sure she goes to crafting, but I'll go over and actually put the eye drops. My dad's got rare side effect from the tumours is
it's basically stuff with his eyes, so I'll go in and put eye drops in. So there's someone else sitting with my dad, but I put the eye drops in his eyes, and my mum doesn't have to worry about it. So anyway, so I just thought it'd be really nice to get this one done this year. So that's a priority piece, which is why it permanently sits next to my stitchy checks, because it's easy to get to. And then I have all my needle minders like just on my lamp, but I want to move them. I'm thinking of getting like a metal board and putting it up here, putting them on there. But I'm pretty sure my husband would freak out. I was like, oh, it looks ugly, or something like that. So, Rosewood Manor. Sorry, this is a Rosewood Manor, Cranberry Row. Started on 29th of December 2019 with the plans that it was going to be a stocking for 2020 Christmas. It is still not a stocking. Unfortunately, I think I must be giving up on it, because I'm going to say it's going to come with the price. And yeah, how sad. It will get done. I'm over halfway, but it's coming off the cubes. Got other pieces you want to work on, and I think it's finally just to admit reality. You're not doing this in a year, because the fact is I bought another stocking to go with it, so one's for Ian and one's for Gwen. I'll put both stockings up, and I was going to do both of them 2 in a year, so they both have a stocking coming up for Christmas. My son's 14. If I'm not planning on working it this year, 15, he may get it when he turns 16. Lucky him. It's got the pattern on it, so I'm just going to take the pattern off. And it's just stitched on a plain 28 count Lagana, which is white, but in opal. I just thought, yeah, you can kind of see the shine. I don't use white very often, plain white. Doesn't appeal to me. It just looks so plain, but I thought, oh wow, this would actually go really well with like Christmas stockings and these, and the opal just kind of stops it from being totally plain. So maybe next year. Can't rush these things, can we? Can't rush them. But I bet you guys, like, if you see WIP Parade, if I do, WIP Parade next year, I'm sure you guys would love to see some progress on these. I would. This might be the last. This might be the last WIP. And again, not sure if I got progress on it. Got a Q-snap in here, but it's not on the Q-snap. So this is stitched on, it's Nora Corbett's Christmas Curious. I'm doing them all on the one piece of fabric. Color Cascade Fabrics Behind Blue Eyes. It was like a grey. So many people do it on a grey. Like, where does the snow here in Australia? 28 count opal Lagana. And I've done 3. Now I haven't done the beading or anything on these ones, because I am working on these on a cross stitch. Of course I'm doing it as a cross stitch. I'm doing it as a on the one fabric. So what I'm going to do is, I've got this extra long, because at first I wasn't sure how I was going to do the reindeer, so I thought I might do them as just like one long row. So I got enough fabric to do all the reindeers as one long row. But now, as you can see, I've decided to do it. There's Rudolph and then there's 2 or 2. Which is good, because it's going to give me plenty of room to put the sleigh on the end. And there's a nice, great, big, dirty mark on the fabric, which thankfully I got too long, so it's not going to matter. So actually fix this. And this is gorgeous fabric. But Tammy had to stop dyeing this. She ran out of the dye for it even before she stopped dyeing. So oh yeah. Yes, I haven't done the beading. So I've done the first 3. There we go. So I can't remember who they are. Oh, here it is. That's Rudolph, Dasher, and Donna. So I've got Rudolph, Dasher's at the top, Donna's down the bottom. I've got to check out who's going to be number 4. But what I'm going to do is when I get these 2 done here, I'll then bead Rudolph. And then when I get these 2 done next to those 2, I will bead these 2. And do it like that. So otherwise, I don't mind beading, but I can get beaded out pretty yeah. And and there's a lot of beads on these, and to put all the beadings at the end would just. So that way, and not only that the Q snaps won't touch. By the time I finish these 2, the Q snaps aren't going to be touching these ones, because when I fold the fabric over, you know what I mean. It won't. There's enough fabric to put that under the Q snap so it won't touch Rudolph. And then I'll have the sleigh on the end. So at the end, right up when I finish everything, all I'll have to bead is the last 2 reindeers and the sleigh. So that'll make it more manageable. I'll put up a picture of what I've already know how I'm going to put the reindeers up, so that's all been sorted. So I'll put those up, and I really actually should sort out who's next. I bought this, I did a lay-by with Tummy years ago, like, first started this in 2018. It's not being counted as an oldest, like I go from the reindeers, not from when I started the first reindeer. But I did have everything on lay-by for ages, because I kitted up all the reindeers and everything in one hit. So that's all the beads, all the everything. The benefit of that was with the treasures. You know, some of the treasures it comes with 3 in a pack or 2 in a pack or something like that. Well, what Tammy did is she worked out, okay, for the total of all reindeers, I need 9 of these, so she bought me 3 packs instead of buying 5 packs instead of something. You know what I'm trying to say. So it did work out that. So she did do that for me, and I think that's all the WIPs. It's Only Forever, yes. Millennium, yes. Lest We Forget, yes. Linen and Thread Stitch Along. No idea where that is. Have to find that one. Number 4. Can't find number 4. Christmas Curious. Yes. Oh, I actually got that as a priority. Oh, well, I'm not a priority because I only need to get 1 reindeer done, and they actually don't take that long to stitch. Sanctimonia. Yes. The One Ring. Yes. Aurora. Yes. Crowns of the Kingdom. Yes. Forevermore. Yes. The Stocking. Yes. Arabian Woman. Fireburn, Templars Prophecy, Little Dreamer's Tree, Once Upon a Fairy Tale, Tea House Challenge, Japanese Zen Moss Garden, 100 Owls, Jasmine, Tropical Flowers, Thranduil or Victoria, King Arthur, Angel of the Sea, and the 2024 Heaven and Earth Sale. Don't know where that Linen and Threads one is. First of all, I need to buy the pattern for it. What it was, and this was my own stupid fault, I had all the parts. And then I was cleaning up and I got rid of the parts, thinking I'll just download the last one. Instead of having like 12 different parts, I'd have everything on the one piece on it. So I deleted it. But what I didn't check was whether it was still available for a free download. No, it wasn't. You had to pay for it. Totally my fault. This is not Linen and Threads. They tell everybody this. And this was years after it had been, I think it was free for like 2 or 3 years. So this is totally on me. So first thing I've got to do Actually, first thing I've got to do is find the piece. It's stitched on a Fiberlicious fabric, Moonrise, plain, 1/1 in black, just black. Oh, with some metallics thrown in. I'll put a picture up of it. Oh, it hasn't changed on it because I don't have the pattern. I need to buy the pattern. So first I need to find the piece. And then I need to find the pattern. I thought it was in my office piece. Yeah. So once I'll find the pattern, and then I might make that a priority for next year. We'll see. We'll see. I'm kind of hemmed in here. It is such a mess. Oh my god. I don't know, like, people will either love it or they hate it. At the end of the video, I might just take like a little shot of what it looks like around me. I'm gonna have so much fun putting stuff away. And then I might put it in because it's really bad. But I did want to say new starts. Now, my friend Kim was saying the other day, I was asking, we're talking about how many WIPs we've got. And I'm like, at the time, I think I said 25, 30. 26, 30, which actually is this thing. And she's like, oh, she's only got 9 or 10. And I'm like, oh, it's not 30. It's all right. It's a respectable number. And she's just saying something like, oh, she's so happy because her husband's always like, you know, why do you have so many WIPs? I'm like, well, if it helps, I'll do some more new starts for you. And she's like, oh, would you? That would be great. So I'm like, okay. I'm a good friend. If helping a friend, if me doing new starts is going to help a friend, then I will do new starts. So, I've got a scary amount of patterns. Most of them are PDFs and everything now. It's like over 1,000. Yeah, I have over 1,000, like 1,116 patterns. That's everything. That's like my kits, the patterns, everything. Stuff in magazines. I keep it all on an app, a Cross Stitch Plus app. And with the magazines, the only ones I have in the app are the patterns I'm going to stitch. I don't put every pattern that's in the magazine in the app, just the one that I specifically know I'm going to stitch. And so I'm like, okay, decisions. I got it down to 60, I think it's 69. Down to the short list of what I could start is down to 69. Although Kim did show me 2 more patterns. Blackbird Designs, Cottage Garden Sampler. I think it's the Magical Mystery Tour of Magical Road. One's Strawberry Fields and one is Long Winding Road. I'll put them up and also with the designer name so you can see it. Potentially 71. I did tell myself when I was writing this list, nothing big, but a few Heaven Earth Designs minis did make the list. But I can't, I think it's up on the kitchen table. So I'll leave there. But I can say, some of the new starts I'm looking at that I have been around for ages and I've got to start is Peacock Band Sampler by Northern Expressions. I've had the fabric picked out for years. Fiberlicious Fabrics, Ambient Fantasy, 32 count Lagana. And he's all probably going to think, oh my god, what is she thinking with this fabric? Yeah. That's the fabric that and I've had this fabric for years, and I've actually got it marked with a needle right on the border. With needles, I always put them right up. I never really keep them in the middle of the fabric. You will see me put needles in the fabrics. I know they can rust into something in the fabric, so you'll always find them. Usually I put them up here, but they're always right on the edge. So if anything happens, it's right on the edge, not there. But with this piece, Peacock Band Sampler, is Fiberlicious Fabrics actually did the threads for the model piece. They also do threads. And no reason why I haven't started it is because I can't decide whether to get the Fiberlicious silks for it or just to do it in DMC. Save money and do it in DMC, or I have this massive silk collection myself and just do some sort of conversion myself. So anyway, but I spoke to can't think of a name, Fiberlicious Fabrics, and said, look, this is the piece I want to do, and I want to do it on this fabric, but for it to work I need to have, let's say, bands 1, 2 and 3. I can't remember what it is, but let's say I need band 3 to start exactly here. So I pretty much, I sent her a picture. At the time, Design Fabrics viewers had a picture of it, and I'm like, I need this band to go onto this here, so it's this many. I already had the pattern, so I'd counted down. I said, so I'm counting down, it's this many stitches down, this many stitches down on a 32 count. So the purple has to go from here and end about here, and then I need this color to go this far, and then its rest is going to be on the purple. I got this fabric back, and she had done it. It lines up perfect. The bands where I want the bands are gonna wind up perfect. I mean, I know the fabric can be a bit yeah. Actually, this must be the thing. I think I've got the needle. Yes, this must be where the first band is going to start here. I'll recount it all again before I start it, but I do know it's perfect. So this band starts here, this band here, this band here, and then when we get to this color, it's going to be here. So I don't have any yellows or like oranges here. They're all going to be like up here. She's amazing. Like, I was probably the customer from hell. She probably saw that email and thought, oh my God. But she did it, and it's going to line up perfect. The colors are going to go perfect. And I like really thankful, because that would have been a lot of work on her side as well. Like, she probably got things, I've told her here, so she's probably counted down like, okay, 2-inch allowance or whatever, and here, and really appreciate that. So I really want to start this. I've got to sort out what threads to do on it. So I'd love to have this as a start for this year. High list for start this year. I would love to get up and get these out, but I can't because I'm kind of hemmed in at the moment. So I'll put up pictures. Mojo stitches into the library. This is actually all kitted up. The fabric is a 36 count by Daisy Chain mud puddle, plain. So I've got warning, low battery power. It'll be stitched 1/1. I got the thread pack from Mojo Stitches, so it's stitched on cottage garden threads, and the thread pack there wouldn't be enough threads to do 2/2, so it'll just be 1/2. There won't be enough threads to do 2/2, so it'll just be 1/2. So I want to start that one. Dimensions Silent Flight, and I want to start that one. Now they're all kind of big. Oh, and there's another one. Tempting Tangles Long Follows Tower. I found my piece of fabric. I don't know whether I was complaining, you guys. I lost some fabric, baked clay, but anyway, I found it. So there's that one. Somebody's curry up the front door. I hope not, because I can't get out. They're the main ones, and there's some others I really want to start as well. I think that's the husband home. I had a whole list. Like 69 starts, the bothy threads, shoes. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I hope you all had a wonderful holidays, and I will try to do a video that's not gonna take 6 months long soon. Okay, so thank you very much. Talk to you later.